There is a universal feeling in the human experience of relationships that is as quiet as it is unsettling. It's the subtle, creeping sense that something is off. On the surface, everything might appear fine. You may still share laughter, meals, a life. But underneath the daily routines, a dissonant chord is playing, one that you can feel in your bones. You try to dismiss it. You tell yourself you're overthinking. You rationalize the small moments of disrespect, the strange twists in conversation, the feeling of being unseen. You label it as the normal ups and downs of a long-term partnership. You want to believe that everything is okay. But here at the Aphorism Archive, our purpose is to guide you toward a higher level of self-awareness and relational intelligence. And that requires us to look past our own hopeful illusions and see things as they truly are. Today, we are going to talk about the 5 slow poisons, the subtle, often overlooked behaviors that, if left unchecked, will not just end a relationship, but will systematically dismantle your sense of self. This is not a list of dramatic, movie scene betrayals. This is about the quiet erosion of your spirit. These behaviors turn confident men into shadows of their former selves, filled with self-doubt, anxiety, and a persistent feeling of not being good enough. They trap you in a cycle of surviving a relationship, rather than thriving within it. You deserve a partner who is a safe harbor, not a quiet storm. You deserve a love that amplifies your light, not one that slowly dims it. I am not sharing this with you lightly. This is not about giving you a simple checklist to end a partnership. This is about arming you with the clarity to protect your mental health, your peace, and your future. So I ask you to listen with an open mind and a brutally honest heart. Once you recognize these patterns, you will not be able to unsee them. And if you see them and choose to ignore them, you must understand that you are making a conscious choice to sacrifice your well-being. So, let's begin our journey into understanding the 5 slow poisons that signal it's time to consider walking away. Let's start with the most insidious of the slow poisons, accountability. Accountability is the bedrock of maturity and the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It is the ability to say, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I will do better. Without it, growth is impossible. The 3rd slow poison, chronic victimhood, is the complete abdication of accountability. In this dynamic, no matter what the issue is, your partner is never at fault. She wears a suit of emotional armor, deflecting all responsibility and skillfully recasting herself as the wounded party in every scenario. She lies to you. But when you confront her, she says it's because you're so judgmental that she had to lie. It becomes your fault, she snaps at you with harsh words. But it's because you pushed her to it with your questions or your behavior. It becomes your fault, she makes a significant financial mistake. But it's because you didn't give her enough emotional support or you put too much pressure on her. It becomes your fault. It is one of the most exhausting and maddening dynamics to be trapped in. You enter a conversation seeking resolution and find yourself on the defensive, apologizing for something you didn't even do. Every argument becomes a circular labyrinth with no exit, because the person you are arguing with refuses to acknowledge their role in the problem. A person who constantly plays the victim is not weak, they are wielding a powerful weapon. Victimhood is a strategy to control the narrative and to manipulate others through guilt. It allows them to avoid the difficult and painful work of self-reflection. Why change when you can convince everyone, and yourself, that you are simply a blameless victim of circumstance, and more often than not, a victim of your actions? To be in a relationship with a perpetual victim is to be cast as the perpetual villain. You will always be the one who needs to try harder, be more understanding, and apologize more. Your own needs and feelings will always be secondary to her perceived suffering. This is not a partnership, it is a one-person show where you are the unpaid, unappreciated stagehand, constantly working to make the star look good. You deserve a partner who can stand with you as an equal, someone who is brave enough to own their flaws and work on them, just as you are. If she is incapable of taking off the armor of victimhood, you must recognize that you cannot build a future with someone who refuses to be a co-author of your shared reality. In any healthy system, from a single cell to a sovereign nation, boundaries are what define its integrity. They determine what is allowed in and what is kept out. Your personal boundaries serve the exact same function for your psychological and emotional well-being. They are the invisible lines you draw that communicate to the world, this is who I am, this is what I need, and this is what I will not tolerate. A partner who truly respects you, respects your boundaries. A partner who does not, is communicating, in the clearest possible terms, that their desires are more important than your comfort and your needs. This is the second slow poison. It often starts small. You say, I need some time alone after work to decompress. A partner who disrespects this boundary will see it as a personal rejection. They might follow you around, demand your attention, or create a passive-aggressive atmosphere that makes your alone time feel tense and stolen, rather than restorative. You might say, I'm not comfortable with you maintaining a private messaging friendship with your ex. This is a reasonable boundary for most committed relationships. A partner who crosses it will do so while telling you you're being controlling or insecure. They will continue the behavior, perhaps more secretively, and frame your discomfort as your problem to solve. Look for these patterns. Emotional coercion. When you state a boundary, she reacts with a tantrum, tears, or the silent treatment, making you feel guilty for having the need in the first place. You quickly learn that setting a boundary comes at the cost of her emotional punishment, minimization. She dismisses your boundaries as unimportant. You're being so dramatic. It's not a big deal. This invalidates your needs and makes you feel foolish for having them. Repeated forgetfulness. She agrees to a boundary, but then forgets and crosses it again and again. This is rarely true forgetfulness. It is a test to see if you will enforce the boundary. If you don't, you have taught her that your words have no meaning. When your boundaries are consistently violated, you begin to lose yourself. You start to merge with your partner's wants and needs, suppressing your own until you can no longer even identify what they are. You become accommodating to a fault, always walking on eggshells, your own identity slowly dissolving into the background of the relationship. A partner who loves you sees your boundaries not as walls to be torn down, but as a roadmap to understanding and respecting you better. They see your no as just as valuable as your yes. If your partner treats your boundaries as an inconvenience, an insult, or a challenge to be overcome, they are not a partner. They are an invader. And if you allow the invasion to continue, you will eventually find that there is nothing left of yourself to protect. Gaslighting. The term has become common, but its true, devastating impact is often underestimated. It is more than just lying. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation so profound that it causes you to question your own sanity, your perception of reality, and your memory. It works like this. You bring up an issue, something that hurt you or made you uncomfortable. I felt hurt when you said that in front of our friends. A partner who engages in gaslighting will not engage with your feeling. Instead, they will attack your perception. They will look at you with utter conviction, perhaps with a look of innocent confusion, and say, I never said that. You must be misremembering, or you're being way too sensitive. That's not how it happened at all. Suddenly, the conversation is no longer about your feelings. It's about your faulty memory, your overactive imagination, your emotional instability. She might say things like, You're crazy for thinking that. You always do this. You twist things. I think you need to talk to someone. Your memory seems to be getting worse. She rewrites history in real time, and she does it with such confidence that you begin to believe her version over your own. You start to think, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did misremember. Maybe I am the problem. This is not a simple disagreement. This is a tactic, whether conscious or unconscious, designed to dismantle your confidence from the inside out. A relationship cannot be a partnership of equals when one person is the self-appointed arbiter of reality. Over time, living in this fog of doubt has catastrophic consequences. You stop trusting your own instincts. You become hesitant to bring up any issues, because you anticipate that your reality will be put on trial. You start to feel isolated, not just from your partner, but from yourself. A healthy, loving partner, when faced with your feelings, will say, "I didn't realize I made you feel that way. Let's talk about it." They engage with your emotional reality, even if they disagree with your interpretation. A gaslighter invalidates your reality to escape accountability. If you find yourself constantly recording conversations in your head, trying to gather evidence to prove that you're not crazy, you are not in a healthy partnership. You are in a psychological war zone. Your self-worth is non-negotiable. It cannot be bartered away for the sake of a relationship. If your partner is consistently making you feel like you are losing your mind, it's a sign that you are, in fact, losing the relationship, and it is time to reclaim your sanity by walking away. Of all your resources, time is the only one that is finite and irretrievable. You can earn more money, you can build new friendships, but you can never get back a single moment that has passed. How a person treats your time is a direct reflection of how much they value you. The fourth slow poison is the chronic disrespect of your time. This isn't about the occasional, unavoidable lateness with a sincere apology. This is a consistent pattern of behavior that communicates that her time is precious, and yours is expendable. Consider these scenarios. The last-minute canceller. She regularly makes plans with you, only to cancel at the last minute with a casual excuse. This leaves you with a block of empty time that you had reserved for her, making you feel like a low priority, a backup plan, the perpetual wait. She is consistently late, not by 5 minutes, but by 30 minutes or an hour, offering a breezy, "Oh, you know how it is," as if your waiting has no cost. It shows a fundamental lack of consideration for your life and your schedule. The schedule dictator, the relationship always operates on her timetable. Plans are made, changed, and canceled based on her convenience, with little to no regard for your own needs, work, or commitments. You are expected to be flexible, while she remains rigid. When you call this behavior out, you are likely to be met with defensiveness. "You're being so dramatic," or "It's just a small thing. Why are you making a big deal out of it?" But it is not a small thing. When someone consistently disrespects your time, they are disrespecting your life. They are saying that the moments of your existence are less important than theirs. It shows a profound level of entitlement and a lack of basic empathy. If you are always the one waiting, always the one rearranging your schedule, always the one feeling like an afterthought, you are not in a partnership of equals. You are in a supporting role in her life's movie. This behavior is dangerous because it seems minor in the moment, but its cumulative effect is devastating. If she is willing to waste your hours and your days now, what does that say about how she will value your years and your life in the future? Your time is your life force. Entrust it only to those who treat it with the sacred respect it deserves. Every relationship begins with a spark, the honeymoon phase. Both partners are on their best behavior, putting in maximum effort. You dress up for each other, you plan thoughtful dates, you listen intently, you make sacrifices. This effort is the language of investment. It says, "You are important to me, and I am willing to work to win and keep your heart." The fifth and final slow poison is the gradual, then total, cessation of that effort. It's when one partner, secure in the knowledge that they have you, simply stops trying. The vibrant, attentive partner you fell for is replaced by a complacent roommate who takes you for granted. The signs are often subtle at first, then painfully obvious. The effort she once put into her appearance for you vanishes completely. This isn't about gaining a few pounds, It's about a complete disregard for presenting herself in a way that shows she still cares about attracting you. She stops asking about your day with genuine interest. She's on her phone while you're talking about something important. Your struggles, your victories, your inner world, they become background noise she no longer tunes into. The little things that define a romantic connection disappear. The surprise gestures, the compliments, the affectionate touches, they all fade away, replaced by a dull, predictable routine. A relationship is like a garden. It requires constant tending, watering, weeding, nurturing. When one person stops putting in any effort, the garden begins to die. It is a silent but powerful statement. I am no longer invested in the health and beauty of this connection. It suggests they believe your presence is guaranteed, not something to be cherished and continually earned. The cold, hard truth is that love is not just a feeling, it is a series of actions. It is a daily choice to invest your energy into another person's well-being. When the actions stop, the feeling will inevitably follow. If you are the only one putting in the effort, the only one planning dates, the only one initiating affection, the only one trying to keep the spark alive, you are not in a relationship. You are a solo performer playing to an empty theater. You are trying to keep a fire alive while the other person is pouring water on it. It is an exhausting, soul-crushing endeavor. Why should you stay and continue to invest your precious energy into someone who has clearly signaled that they are no longer invested in you? If you have listened to these 5 points and have felt a painful sense of recognition, you are standing at a critical crossroads. You can continue to rationalize, to hope for change, to shrink yourself to fit into a relationship that is slowly poisoning you. Or, you can make the courageous choice to honor yourself. Taking your power back does not require a dramatic confrontation. You do not owe an explanation to someone who has consistently gaslit, disrespected, and devalued you. You do not need closure from a person who was never open and honest with you in the first place. You simply need to make a decision for yourself. The decision to choose your peace over their drama. To choose your sanity over their manipulation. To choose your self-worth over their validation. A woman who engages in these behaviors is not your partner. She is a project you can never complete, a puzzle you can never solve. And the longer you stay, the more of your own life, confidence, and light you will lose. It is time to turn that light back on for yourself and, if necessary, leave her in the darkness she has created. Your worth is inherent. It is not determined by anyone else's ability to see it. You know what you need to do. The first step is admitting the truth to yourself, without apology or justification. The next step is action. If this exploration has resonated with you and provided you with the clarity you've been seeking, subscribe to our channel. The Aphorism Archive is dedicated to helping you navigate the world with wisdom, strength, and an unbreakable sense of self. Now, I leave you with a question. Which of these 5 slow poisons do you believe is the most destructive to a person's spirit, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story and your insight may be the spark of recognition that someone else desperately needs to see. Thank you for joining me.